Renee in the Netherlands writes to me, "Hey Paul, the issue I am currently facing is that I've lost some of the audio fun and wow factor that I used to have. My journey with music started back in the 80s with just a reel-to-reel recorder, an old amplifier from my dad, and speakers from a brand that nobody's ever heard of. Despite that, I had the time of my life. I remember endlessly browsing through manufacturers' physical product brochures to find an affordable device with a high signal-to-noise ratio and low distortion. All very important stuff at that time. Saving up for each component was a process, but with every small upgrade, I experienced a huge leap in sound quality, that wow factor. To reignite the wow factor, I'm considering upgrading to high-end audio equipment like PS Audios. However, I'm unsure where to start and if this will even help. Any suggestions on what to replace first?" You know, I love the honesty here because so many of us, me included, are addicted to that wow factor. I mean, it's part of the reason I do this, is that maybe it's, what do they call it, a dopamine rush? I don't know. Whatever it is, that wow factor is why we do all of this stuff. I mean, look at these. We spend our lives building, designing the coolest equipment we know how to make. And we make some of the coolest equipment to enhance, to amplify that wow factor that people are looking for. So I don't know your budget. I have always recommended starting with loudspeakers, because if you can get the loudspeaker of your dreams, one that is capable of giving you that wow factor, then everything else you do, whether you just hook up a receiver to it, you're going to instantly get a huge wow from having a great pair of loudspeakers. And of course, I'm going to recommend our Aspens. They are the wowest speakers I have ever been associated with. I think they're, I can't say anything good enough to even explain the Aspens. They're just amazing speakers. And with the introduction of the FR5 coming out in June, late May or June, and it's going to be, I don't know, $3,500 to $4,000 for the pair. You can get a lot of wow for not a whole lot of money. Now, my favorite wow speaker, if I had to just choose one, it's the FR10. The FR10s, you know, they're that speaker about that big. They have pretty much everything, and they're somewhat affordable, right? I think they're like 10 grand or something. Those are killer speakers. But whatever you wind up doing, and there's a number of decent speakers out there that you can get, just make sure the speaker you get gives you that wow factor, that mid-range bloom, that transparency on the top end, and that whoomp on the bass. It's got to sound like music, it's got to sound real, and it has to be full. I just detest speakers that are flat and uninvolving. I don't care if they have the best tweeter in the world. If they just don't move me in all the other areas, I don't care. I don't care if it's $60,000, if it's like, No, you need that wow factor. And that's what I would focus on. Find the pair of speakers that'll give you the greatest wow factor, and then take your time. Start building up over time with your electronics, because you know you have something that ultimately, driven properly, is going to really oots your wow factor. All right. Good luck with that. Thanks. Bye.